Good morning. I had a good night's sleep last night. I slept like a rock. But light intermittent sprinkles of rain throughout the night and continuing into this morning, which is kind of rare actually. Usually there's not rain in the mornings. And the mosquitoes are moderately out in force. So hopefully this overcast, gloomy sky kind of breaks up at some point and the weather doesn't get any worse than it already is. Another view of the Tetons this morning. I'm surprised they're not totally in the clouds. There's what the weather looks like behind me. Still sprinkling rain out there. And it looks like it's getting better as I'm moving forward. So that's a good sign. Still getting the intermittent light rain. I feel like in this area we're doing a lot of like doubling back and looping around, and the trail's never in a straight line. It's just kind of S-turning and zigzagging all over the place in a very inefficient manner. Into a little bit of burn area up here. And these cows caused my heart to jump into my throat. I thought there was a bear standing right in front of me. Oh, you cows. Get out of here. Looks like we're just going to have gloomy, overcast, intermittent rain type of day all day today. It doesn't look to be clearing out anytime soon. Some more forest fire damage area. It's not very widespread, it's just small patches. A little bit of a view between the trees. Definitely some cool rock formations out in the distance. There's two elk down there crashing their way through the woods. A male with a rack and a female with them. Despite the day being kind of gloomy and everything, I really haven't been rained on that much at all. And the temperatures are nice and cool. It's good hiking weather. I'm about 2.5 miles from Sheridan Pass. I think I'm going to end up there for lunch, making good time today. We've been doing a lot of ups and downs, but I think it's mostly all downhill from here to the Sheridan Pass area. This is a neat tree cluster. All this is coming out of one trunk. Made it to Sheridan Pass. This is where the trail splits. So if you continue this way down the valley, that's the old CDT, which everyone takes. It's well laid out, well marked. All the comments are there and far out. But a few years ago, for some reason, they rerouted it to go off this way. And there is no trail. You're just kind of blazing your way. Nobody takes that way. And in far out, there's no landmarks or anything for it, so nobody can leave comments. So I think I'm just going to continue on the old CDT, and we'll just go this way to the road. But it's lunchtime now, and I'll just find a spot up here somewheres and sit down and enjoy lunch for a bit. Done with lunch, getting back on trail. It's kind of cold when you're just sitting there. Not sure what the temperature is exactly. Maybe somewhere between 45 and 50 degrees. But it's starting to sprinkle light rain again. And from here, I think this old CDT alternate is something like 16 miles to the highway where we can hitch into Dubois. So we'll do maybe another 8, 10 more miles or so, maybe at the most. We'll see how far we get today. The trail in this part's a little more trampled down with cattle. It's definitely more of a cow path than a human trail right now. We've had continuous light rain now for over an hour and a half, I think, ever since lunch. At least it's like a light drizzle. It's just kind of constant at this point. There's a lot of cattle came stomping through here recently. More dead and burned out forests. Well, the trail is just a mess. It looks like somebody came up here with a truck and just ran over every tree on trail here, the way everything's broken and snapped back. The scrapes on the side of the trees. Some kind of huge off-road vehicle came up here and just destroyed everything. Onto an easy walkable dirt road now. I think I'm at that point where the first half-decent tent site is going to be home for the night. Hopefully not too much further. And here's camp for the night. It just started raining again, so I got set up at a good time. I'm just off that dirt road in the midst of some logging operations. There's not really any place around here for tenting. Everything's kind of sloped or in a forest, so the loggers have kind of cleared out this dirt road. I moved away some of the wood chips, and I think this will work well enough, so I'm going to get settled in. I'm all settled in the tent. I'm warm, I'm dry. Hopefully the rain doesn't get too heavy. It's just been light drizzles off and on intermittently throughout the day. Continuing into the night. We'll see what tomorrow brings. But the mileage-wise, what's left is I think we only got about 7 miles or so. We'll get down to the highway, and then we'll be able to hitch into the town of Dubois. I plan on taking a 0 there, because I think it's going to be one of my last opportunities to take a 0, just based on the next town stops and whatnot coming up. So it might be like 600 miles between zeros if I don't take one in Dubois. So there we go. Anyway, tomorrow's town day, so that's awesome. So we'll see what that all looks like. Well, thanks for watching, and we'll see you all in the morning. Good morning. Had a good night last night. And it rained a ton. Off and on light sprinkles, and then moderate and stuff for a good time. Currently not raining, which is nice, giving me time to pack everything up. It's cloudy overcast like it was yesterday, so we'll see if it continues to rain and stuff throughout the day. But we only got like 7 miles to get to the highway where we can start hitching and get into the town of Dubois nice and early, and plan on taking a 0 for tomorrow. That's the current game plan. Camped up there on the little logging road, and here's their work results. I gotta haul all this out of here, and we'll be starting out on this dirt road, which is right here behind the log pile. Definitely looks like it could start raining again at any minute. There's Lava Creek. Bit of an uphill climb, and then it should be all downhill to the highway. So we're sitting right across from those cool rock formations. And I think we're done with the big uphills. It's only like 3.5 more miles till we hit the highway. So we're making good time. Well, 2 more elk just crossed right in front of me. Went up by the log pile there. And I guess I just missed them on camera though. Well, there's some of the elk group. I see 2 deer in the bottom left of the field. And then there's 2 elk moving away over there. I saw a total of 3 elk just in front of me there. 2 of them might have been 2 that I just saw going into the wood pile. Timberline. Never even heard of this company. Not that I know anything about heavy lifting logging equipment. Definitely looks like an old thing out of the 60s or 70s. Well, there's the highway, Highway 26. A decent amount of traffic. Heading off to the right to Dubois is where I'm going. We'll see how long it takes. Just gotta get somebody to pick me up. See you guys in town shortly, hopefully. Well, here we go. We're in town. Dubois, Wyoming. Took about an hour to get a hitch. There was lots of cars going by. They were all just out-of-state tourists going to like Yellowstone and Tetons, and they're not going to pick up a stinky hiker. So finally got picked up by somebody who knew what I was doing and brought me into town here. So that's awesome. The cool place to stay that's very hiker friendly, and they've actually got a family member that's hiking the CDT this year, is the Black Bear Inn. However, they were all booked up, no vacancies. So the guy who brought me into town just dropped me off over at the Cowboy Cafe, and that's where I had that breakfast skillet, so that was really good. And then right next door to the Cowboy Cafe is where I currently am, which is the Stagecoach. So they were able to get me in for 2 nights, gonna take a 0 tomorrow. So I think we're good to go. I'm gonna get cleaned up, and I did double check, and Sporks and Natty are here in town. I'm trying to meet up with those guys later. Maybe we'll do some lunch or something. But anyway, I'm gonna get cleaned up. I'll check back later on the other side. I'm all cleaned up. I got a message from the other guys. They're gonna be over at the bowling alley for some bowling and some lunch. So I'm gonna head out and we'll meet them over there. There's the Stagecoach where I'm staying. Cowboy Cafe is just next door down there. And bowling alley is about a half-mile walk down this way. World's largest jackalope exhibit. May have to check that out later. Nana's Bowling and Bakery. And we met up with Natty and Sporks. Natty's actually never bowled before, so this is going to be fun. First time bowling. Never played before. Never played before. And a double strike. Close.
He told me it was going to be a gutter ball.
was slight confusion with ordering pizzas. We tried to order 3 slices and we got 3 whole pizzas. Well, we're back in the hotel room. So we finished up the bowling. Natty beat us all, of course, at his first time, so that was cool. And then right next door to there was the post office, so I picked up my resupply package there. I got new shoes and the bear bag, so I think we're all set there. And it's just pouring rain on the way back to the hotel here. So the weather forecast for like the whole next week is just supposed to be rain and thunderstorms. It's just very unseasonable with so much rain. I think I've said this before, but I think I'm now up to double the amount of rain that I've received on this trail from both previous trails combined. So it's just crazy wet weather this year. Otherwise, I think I'm just going to be relaxing and working on videos. So I'll check back later in a few hours, I guess, when we're up to something else for dinner. Well, I don't think I'm going to go out for dinner. I'm kind of in a rush for doing stuff. I got a family chat meeting to discuss some future plans. And I just ran down to the Conoco gas station nearby. I got a bunch of snacks, so that's gonna be my dinner. It's still raining, there's like waves of thunderstorms and stuff, and it's gonna be like that for a while, so weather is just gonna be crap. It was off and on rain and dodging hailstorms and stuff for the last week or so, going through the winds, and that's gonna continue into our future, it looks like. So we'll get out and do some stuff in town here for tomorrow, doing the 0 day in between the rain spells and stuff, so we'll see how that all works out. But I think that's it. I'm just going to sign off. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you all in the next one.